Hello everyone, and welcome back to Formula Chart for the final time in I was going to say 2021, but that would not be the truth at all. But the last time in this season anyway, the Sprint Series is it season 4? Let me see if I got, season 4, jolly good. Last time in season 4, we're at the Nurburgring, and we're about to see a championship decider between Oscar Williams and Artie Nieminen. Now we have a big grid for this final round, which is good to see. We're currently watching Leon de Groot, who is brand new to this series, has not raced in any of the other 11 rounds that we've had. So welcome in to Leon. We're about to see his first flying lap. I don't think he was quite the first car into a flying lap. People did get there first, although he was out of the pits first, which is why I decided to start the session looking at him. And he is just heading up through the NGK chicane here. Looks like we're using the tighter of the two chicanes, so the old Formula 1 layout. And that could be an opportunity for both overtaking and potential chaos, hopefully more of the former than the latter. Onto the start-finish straight, and the lap time is, he was the first driver across the line, 152.793. He's beaten by Omlu and Hughes there, so Tim Omlu went second, now down to third because that's Max Hemmerlink who has gone faster. Oscar Williams now to the top. One of our championship protagonists, Maximilian Younger, puts his car third. Now in terms of the championship, apparently the leaderboard is out of the stream. Okay, let me sort that out quickly. Apologies about that. Yes, I appear to have made the stream slightly too big for OBS. Apologies for the slight movement of image that you're seeing here. I will have this sorted very shortly. There we go, that should be okay. So you've got Williams first, Hemmerlink second, and Younger third currently. Now Artie Nieminen, to win this, has to win at least one of the two races. A first and a second would be good enough to tie on points, I believe. But if Oscar Williams finishes fourth in both races, then the best Nieminen can do is tie. In the event of a tie, I believe that Nieminen would win the championship in that case because he'd have more wins. And in general, I'm not sure whether it's decided on overall points or count back positions like it is in Formula 1 nowadays, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So if Williams scores a podium in both races, then he wins the championship. The same goes for if he finishes third in one and fourth in the other, or better than those results overall. De Groot there with a good lap went to third. Tim Omlu has now beaten him. He goes to first. Clank Hughes, good to see him back in the series. He's now up to third, and Hemmerlink jumps back into fourth place. So Hemmerlink only 5 thousandths of a second off Omlu, and Williams now goes to the top, 150.803. Younger second, 151.007. So Williams the first driver under 151. No lap time set by Artie Nieminen yet. He is here today, although crucially did not set any laps in practice, so we'll have to see what's going on there, and if he is going to, I presume he's going to be out in qualifying. He's not going to sit there and let Williams take the crown that easily. James Greenhill here, another new driver who hasn't made any of the other rounds of this season. I think possibly the only other driver that I haven't mentioned yet who hasn't, but good to see him here today. And as I said, a big grid. Nieminen has just posted an out lap. You see there the 2:22 at the bottom of the times. That's not a representative lap, obviously. This track is a lot faster than 2 minutes 22 seconds, but that does show that he's on track, and he will have started his first flying lap. So, and this is an out lap for Greenhill. So let's watch Nieminen quickly and see what he does on this flying lap. Heading down into the second sector and towards the Dunlop hairpin, one of the most famous corners of the new or I say new, it's been open since the 1980s, but newer Nurburgring Grand Prix Strecke. Of course, the Nurburgring more famous for the classic Nordschleife, where Grand Prix were held throughout the 50s, 60s, and 70s, which still to this day hosts endurance races. But this Grand Prix track are a fantastic racetrack in and of itself, one of my favourites in fact. Maximilian Younger now to the top of the order, just over 0.3 of a second faster than anyone else so far. Brilliant lap from Younger, and before the session he was saying that he didn't really feel ready for this, so that is quite something there. Obviously he was more ready than he thought, but let's watch what Nieminen does and see where he posts. Oh! Well, that was a lag spike. That wasn't Nieminen shooting off towards the barrier there. It did look as if he'd lost control, but luckily he is still okay on this lap. And he's about to set his first flying lap. Where does it put him? Ah, it's P1, 150.260, 0.2 of a second ahead of Maximilian Younger. That's an important lap time from Artie Nieminen, and it also, of course, puts him ahead of his championship rival, Oscar Williams. Let's watch Sami Salem here. Salem, of course, Nieminen's teammate, who will want to put himself as high up the order as he possibly can, both for his own sake and also so that he can potentially help Nieminen. I'm sure that's what he will be intending to do in today's racing. This chicane here, I've just checked, is called the the second of the two corners. This right-hander here is called the Ford curve. And then, of course, the Dunlop curve is turn 7. The Dunlop curve still features on the full combined endurance layer of the circuit, the one that they use for the Nürburgring 24 hours every year. Here's the Michael Schumacher S. This track actually was partially designed by Michael Schumacher. In fact, I believe that this next sequence of corners, in particular, was designed by Michael. The RTL curve and then the Warsteiner curve. Here's Ad van Bergen, one of the sponsor named corners, and then the NGK chicane, another corner named after a sponsor of the circuit. This is where they'd turn off if they were going onto the Nordschleife. You see the circuit going off to the left there. But since that would be ludicrous in a Formula 3 car, a modern Formula 3 car, Sami continues onto the start-finish line and sets a 150.739. But look at Nieminen's time behind, 149.859. Nieminen absolutely flying. He's the first driver under 1 minute 50. And that is quite a lap time there. 0.6 of a second faster than anyone else. Let's see what Williams can do to counter that. If anyone can, because that is quite a lap time there. That's going to take some beating. Martin van Land up to P9 as we talk. 19 drivers have set lap times so far. This is a very busy circuit. It's a good job it's a longer circuit than some of the others we've been to, because if we were at one of the shorter ones, like maybe the Red Bull Ring, where the season started, or Monaco, this would be absolute carnage right now. But anyway, Oscar Williams up towards the end. Actually, he's got a bit more of the lap than I thought he had to go. He's got one of his teammates ahead of him. I think that's Max Younger. Now, Younger's actually ahead of him in the time so far. And we'll be helping him with the slipstream here. Jaap Wagenvoort, great lap to put himself third. Wagenvoort mixing it with the front runners. Now Younger will duck out of the way of Williams here. Williams will go flying through, and that's another lag spike. I don't know why that always seems to happen through the NGK chicane. Max Hemmerlink goes second and puts himself within 0.2 of a second of Nieminen. My goodness. So it looks as if Nieminen's pole isn't quite as stable as I thought it would be. Williams across the line now. Oh, and with the help of the slipstream, 149.566, and Nieminen immediately beats it. 600s faster. So it is down to Nieminen versus Williams now. Brilliant laps from both of them, and this is getting really, really close here. Leon de Groot is currently 9th place, or is that? Yeah, that is De Groot. Good job from him on his first showing in this series. Don't worry, before the end of the session I will definitely switch back to looking at Williams and Nieminen, because they are going to be going at it for pole position here. This appears to be an outlap for De Groot, so let's look. Clank Hughes here, currently P9 in the order. And appears to have a little bit of traffic up ahead of him. Douglas Falcon P7 now, and Tim Draper just went up to P9. Let's have a look back at the leading two though. Oscar Williams just has, well, he'll have one more attempt after this lap if he can do it. Williams, of course, last time out became the first driver of this series to win 2 races in one weekend at Paul Ricard. He is currently on a winning streak of 3 race wins in a row after winning the second race at Portimao as well. And in terms of his podium streak, 8 in a row. His last non-podium was his DNF in race 2 at Zandvoort. He's not in the lead of the championship until... Oh, as Hemmelink goes to pole. Goodness me, Hemmelink really quick there. My goodness, 149.235. The track is getting faster and faster. Clank Hughes up to 4th. What does Williams do? Williams goes P1. First driver on under 149. Nieminen? Niemenen's down on his time. And he's backing off, so Nieminen will start 3rd at best. And at the minute, it's an all vermin front row. Apologies for the lag, I don't know where that's going on all of a sudden. That was weird. I'll try shutting down a few things to maybe make it run a little better. But, okay, apparently the calculations I was given about the championship were incorrect, so I will take a look at the updated ones shortly. But for now, let's look at the end of this qualifying session. It's an all vermin front row. Max Hemmelink, why is my game lagging like that? Let's go on board and see if that helps. Doesn't look like it. Still, whoa, that's a spin, and that is not a lag spike. That was a genuine accident there for Hemmelink, who almost takes out another driver as he comes back onto the circuit. Yeah, apologies for the lag. I really don't know what's going on here. It may just be because there's so many drivers on the road. Over 20 cars have now set times. That is quite something here. But yeah. So, Younger now getting a slipstream. And if he can jump ahead of Nieminen as well, that would really help Oscar Williams in the championship. Williams stopping before the chicane. He doesn't need to go any faster. What does Younger do? Out of the final corner, he has a slipstream from another driver, actually. That's one of the 888 cars, I think. And he does jump Nieminen. Look at that! It's a vermin 1, 2, 3 on the grid. An amazing qualifying session, and Toto Rosso can only manage 4th and 5th. Goodness me. And that could not have gone any better for Oscar Williams, the only driver under 149. And what a qualifying session that was. Let's watch Tim Omlu here. Out of the final corner, he's currently P8. And goes P7, jumps ahead of Van Land. And is that the last of our drivers across the line? No, I think Douglas Falcon is still yet to complete his last playing lap. He was down on the leader's time, but on his own. Let's find out. He goes P9, so jumps ahead of Jaap Wagenvoort. What a session that was! And here is the order. It's going to be Oscar Williams on pole position by over 0.3 of a second. Amazing lap from Williams. Ahead of Max Hemmelink, Maximilian Younger, Artie Nieminen, Sami Salem, Clank Hughes, Tim Omlu, Martin Van Land, Douglas Falcon, Jaap Wagenvoort, Cyprian Stoyan, Tim Draper, Dave Southwood, Leon de Groot, Carlos Skermanis, David Bull, Navajo Klink, Rob Kinnable, Stefano Amude, Kevin Hogendorp, James Greenhill, and Snowed Jaeger. 22 cars, that is insane. A fantastic grid size, and this is going to be a good race. Okay, let me get up the championship calculations to see what Nieminen needs to do to win the championship here today. Okay, so it appears. Okay. Well, when I can get that up, I will tell you about it. But for the time being, let's watch. Oh my goodness, the drivers at the back are gonna have to start on a corner here. But look at that, and all vermin are front row. Or yeah, all vermin front row of the grid. Followed, of course, by by another vermin, and then 2 Scudero Totorossos, including championship contender Artie Nieminen. This is going to be quite a championship decider. And remember, if Oscar Williams finishes on the podium in both races, actually I won't say that because as far as I know those calculations may be wrong, so I'll get those up in a second. Here we go, 6 red lights, and when they go out, we are underway here for a championship decider at the Nurburgring. Let's take a look to the front of the field. Someone's going off in the background. That may be Ciprian Stoyan. Williams is side by side with one of his teammates who will undoubtedly back out as they head down into the hairpin. It's a tight turn 1 and could be crucial for the race. Someone locking up. Let's see if they all got through cleanly. Here's Jaeger at the back, someone running wide. Oh, little slide from James Greenhill, and De Groot was a long way off the road, but I think everyone has got through with their cars pretty much intact. Now, it is still a vermin 1, 2, 3, and all they've got to do is keep holding up Artie Nieminen and the other Totorossos for the drivers behind. Through the opening section of the course, Williams already building out a lead. Let's watch Nieminen, see what he can do. He needs to get past Younger and Hemmerlink as quickly as he possibly can. And he doesn't have Sammy Salem behind him for company either. That's Clank Hughes there. And Clank Hughes a race winner already this season. So that is not a comfortable position for Artie Nieminen here. Drivers swapping places further back. Kevin Hogendorp off the road. Yeah, Wagenvoort. Oh, Wagenvoort was starting near the front of the order. I think he was 10th on the grid, so a shame to see him so far down. Tim Omlu and Neveo Klink going side by side, and Omlu getting the move. 10th position for him. And look at Clank Hughes. Clank Hughes is challenging Artie Nieminen on the first lap of the race. This is exactly why Nieminen wanted Salem through behind him. And Salem now challenges Hughes. And Salem looks as if he's getting up the inside into the chicane. He'll have the outside, but he's got the run. And Salem is now through to 5th position, so a situation that looked like it was going very wrong for Artie Nieminen is now going a lot better. Look at Tim Draper, another Scudero Totorosso driver who could help out Artie Nieminen here. Let's see what he can do on the straight. He's got Martin van Land ahead of him. Up the inside, braking later, and Draper passes van Land, so he goes up into 7th position. If he too is able to pass Clank Hughes, needs to hold off Van Land in the time being. But if he too is able to pass Hughes, it would be Vermin, Totorosso, Totorosso, Totorosso. And Draper does hold off Van Land. Omlu is now up into 10th place ahead of Rob Kinnable. So into the top 10. Points, of course, go down to 15th. Artie Nieminen still unable to get past Maximilian Younger. It's all been kicking off behind him. And Williams has a 2-second lead. This is exactly what he wanted. Now, if Oscar finishes worse than 3rd, then... Yes, okay, then he would... Okay, I'm just trying to work out the drop scores point system, but look at Nieminen in the meantime, going up the inside of Younger. Now Younger will have the inside for the next corner. Versteinerbucht, and keeps the position. Nieminen though will have a good exit. Now what's his drag like? What can he do up towards the NGK chicane? Is he going to go for it or won't he risk it? Takes a look. Oh, and that is a mistake there from Younger. Got it slightly sideways and through goes Nieminen into the top 3. Looks like Kinnable is off the road. Yep, that's at the chicane. So Kinnable has had some kind of incident, and Neveo Clink off as well. So a really bad lap for the 888 cars. Two of them off from high-ranking positions, and losing a lot of points in the process. Here's Younger in a Vermin Racing Team sandwich between two Scuderia Totorosso cars. And this is an interesting position for him, because he won't know whether he's being attacked or doing the attacking. He'll need to try to attack, though. That's what the team would want from him. And this season, because Totorosso and Vermin have both been so competitive, both been so close in terms of the championship, it's really been a team sport between the two of them. And don't even ask me to work out the live Constructors' Championship standings, because I will have no idea. Now, if Williams wins this race, and it looks like I don't have editing rights to the thingy I've just been given, unfortunately, but yeah, if Williams was to win this race, then he would... I'm not sure if he would wrap up the championship or not. Okay, if Oscar gets 4th or above in this race, then he'll win the championship. Okay, as he got a point for pole. Thank you very much to Jack Smith for that. That's very, very helpful. I presume that means this race and this race alone, rather than this race combined with race 2. Tim Draper losing a couple of places, not good for him. But yeah, Jack Smith really helpful there. The trouble, of course, is that with the drop scores, only your top 16 results count, and therefore it's much harder to work out than a normal championship system. They're going 3 wide here, Omlu and Falcon, and that's a difficult corner to go 3 wide into, but they've made it. And Omlu making up 2 positions. Amazing opportunistic overtaking from him there. That was a really good move. Omlu 8th, Draper 9th, Falcon 10th. Falcon dropping back a little. So, if they are to finish as they are right now, Oscar Williams would wrap up the championship with a race to spare. That's exactly what he hopes he can do. Down towards the Dunlop curve go Williams, Hammerlink, Nieminen and Younger. We're watching Younger. He could make all the difference here. But really, it's Nieminen who has it all to do in this race. And he currently is dropping back from Max Hemmerlink, which is not what he would want to happen, especially since Nieminen tends to be really good towards the start of races, and then Williams gets him towards the end. That's what happened last time out in Paul Ricard. He was leading in race 1, and then and then Williams caught and passed him. And now here comes Sammy Salem. This is for 4th place. Salem up the inside, and can't pull a similar move to one we saw happening earlier. It looks as if the outside line just wasn't quick enough for him. Williams there, fastest lap again. Absolutely flying out in front. 2.5 seconds now the gap. But even longer, since realistically he's racing Nieminen. Salem up the inside of Younger. Ooh, looks as if Salem was going to turn in there. Or Younger was going to turn in, sorry. Younger keeps the position. Turn 1, of course, is a hairpin, but because it's so wide on the outside, and because the next corner is a left-hander, if you find yourself on the outside, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have to concede the position. It's a really well-designed corner as far as racing is concerned. And this whole circuit, actually, fantastic for wheel-to-wheel action. Really lends itself to close battles. And Salem taking advantage of that, chasing down at Maximilian Younger. Almost half the way into the race now. The first of 2 races. We do have a second race, of course, but if Williams can wrap it up now, then he won't have to worry about what happens in race 2, which is especially crucial due to the reversed grid format. Williams on an absolute roll in the championship at the minute. His recent results have shown that. Since Zandvoort, he's got first, second, third, second, second, first, and he's on for his 4th victory in a row. But I am speaking very, very early. Draper appears to have had an incident. He is recovering from the grass. There goes Cyprian Stoyan. And Skermanis and Wagenvoort going side by side behind. But let's watch Omlu going around the outside of Martin van Land and making it up into 7th place. Omlu on a real charge in the early stages of this race. And as for the Skermanis-Wagenvoort battle, Skermanis did manage to pass Wagenvoort. Oh, Younger and Salem again side by side. Younger's on the outside, Salem on the inside. And Younger moves across to cover Salem off. Clank Hughes getting involved, it seems. Salem can't find a way through. It's difficult, especially when your opponent is as feisty as Max Younger. These two, not the Vermin and Toto Rosso cars we expected to see going wheel to wheel today. But it's a battle, and an important one nonetheless, especially in terms of the team's championship. And it seems that, well, I don't want to curse it, but it seems that my laggy camera issue has sorted itself out. So I think it was just because so many people were going out of the pits and back to the pits, etc. in the qualifying session. Salem, look how close he is to the back of Younger's car. He could almost reach out the front and touch it. Clank Hughes right there as well. And Hughes has got nothing to lose here because, of course, he's missed several rounds in the championship. He's not going for either driver or team championship position, really. Salem, little twitch. He won't get a good exit. Williams once again fastest of anyone. It's all getting away from Newman here. And that wasn't a good exit either from Sami Salem, though. Is he going to come under attack from Clank Hughes? Look at Younger weaving. Either to break the tyre or to maybe warm his tyres. Although he's been racing for so long, I'd be surprised if he was warming his tyres there. Ooh, and apparently I've been given a spreadsheet I can edit. Again, thank you very much, Jack Smith. Jack being extremely helpful in this in this race for me so far. Yeah, that's going to be very useful. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just... Yeah, okay. So, Williams now leading by 3 seconds over his teammate Hemmelink, who is still holding station and not allowing Nieminen to get any closer. We're over half the way into this race as it is. And as it stands, it would still be Oscar Williams who would win this race. This is very tense here at the Nurburgring. And Salem under pressure from Hughes. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet here. I'm trying to work out exactly what they need to do in terms of the championship. It appears that in terms of the teams championship, if Vermin got 1-2s in both races, then Toto Rosso would only need to score better than 3rd and 5th between their 2-point scoring drivers to win the Constructors. And as a result, so I think as it stands, Vermin would win the Constructors, or the Teams Championship, sorry, this round. Of course, all the Constructors the same, they're all Delara F317 chassis, but different teams, of course, are what I'm talking about. And yeah, if it was to finish as it currently is, then it appears, because Nieminen is 3rd and Salem is 5th, that, well, it appears they'd only need one more. Yeah, they'd only need another result like this in race 2, so they wouldn't quite win it like this, but it would get very, very close and pretty much unassailable by the looks of things. So, Clan Hughes appears to be dropping back from Sammy Salem now. Of course, Salem and Younger were losing a lot of time battling with each other, but now Clan Hughes doesn't have that advantage anymore and is struggling a little to keep up with them. Artie Nieminen, oh, sorry about that, just hit my desk a bit. Nieminen appears to have caught up to Hammerlink, or at least got within a second of him for the first time in a long time. So Nieminen finally making his charge. This could still be important if something happens to Williams, which of course could happen. And Nieminen, yeah, definitely getting closer. Look, 7/10, first time I've seen that in pretty much the whole race since maybe the first lap. And Aveo Klink appears to have been off the road at the back. That puts Greenhill into the top 20. Leon de Groot into the top 10 in his first race of the championship. And he's ahead of Southwood. Leon de Groot doing a really good job making an impression here in Formula Trout. Artie Nieminen, don't want to miss anything between these two. Dave Southwood here, not having the best of times in recent races in the championship. Started it off pretty well. Let me find his results. Yeah, he got. He did get a podium at Monaco. Actually, yeah, looking at his results, he has done better in the second half of the season, hasn't he? Got a few top 10 finishes in the early part of the season, but Monaco was where it really picked off. Top 10s in both races, a podium in race 2. Not having quite as good a race this time though. This would be his first non-top 10 finish since the first race at Okayama, if he was to finish where he is currently. But we shall see. Back to Nieminen, lapping one of the back markers there, and that was Greenhill, I think. Hammerlink going very defensive, does not want to give Nieminen any toe at all. Not entirely sure why Nieminen didn't pull across to try to maximise the slipstream there, but he wouldn't have got much closer. Normally as a driver I only start to defend like that when a driver gets within half a second of me, but you know, it does break the slipstream. So Hammerlink did have a good reason to do that. Down through the I always forget the name of that corner. And I shot the track map. Oh well. Dunlop Curve, there we go. That's another one which I do know the name of. Williams, Hammerlink, Nieminen, and we're into the final few minutes of this race. Not much longer to go at all. Apologies for the slight disruption there. My cat has come to visit me. Obviously, as excited as I am about this championship finale here at the Nurburgring, this tense Formula Trout race. Oh, that's why I attracted my cat. Formula Trout, got it. Yeah. Because cats eat fish. Whatever. I'm sorry. Onto the final lap goes Oscar Williams. He just needs to hold on for one more tour of the Nürburgring circuit if he is going to win Season 4 of the Formula Trout Championship. and he is on course for doing so. Wagenvort as past Stoyan for P12. Further down the order, making a recovery drive. Ooh, little twitch from Nieminen. He'll still want to pass Hammerling just as a show of what could have been. But yeah, so far it's all about Oscar Williams. Number 11, Artie Nieminen, about to lap. Is that Hogendorp? Yeah, there we go. Down in 20th place. And as much as this was a strong race for Oscar Williams, or as much as this was a strong race for Artie Nieminen, sorry, it appears indeed that this is going to be the championship for Oscar Williams. Let me just work that out very quickly. Yes, indeed, he would win it. So let's watch him as he does so. Oscar Williams through the final corner of this race. Williams is leading by 2.2 seconds, and he is going to win Formula Trout Season 4. Excellently done for Oscar Williams. It's a 1-2 for Vermin. Max Hemmerling did everything that he could to help Williams there, and Nieminen, commiserations. Good result there with a P3, but it wasn't what he wanted. His race is, or his championship is over. Max Younger 4th, Sammy Salem 5th, Clank Hughes 6th, Tim Omlu 7th, Martin Van Land 8th, Douglas Falcon 9th, and Leon de Groot, great drive from him, P10. So, what a championship this has been. We've still got one race to go for the Constructors' Championship, or the Team's Championship, it should be called. But yeah, well done to Oscar Williams. My highlight of his championship campaign was probably last time out at Paul Ricard, when he passed Artie Nieminen for the lead around the outside of Senior. But there have been so many good moments between the two of them over the course of this season. It's been like Prost and Senna. But it's all gone the way of Oscar Williams. Now I'm going to take a quick break, maybe a minute or so, just to let my cat out and get my breath back. And then we will be right back for race 2, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Formula Trout. We still haven't switched the session over yet. I'm not sure quite what's going on about that, but anyway, we've just seen Oscar Williams wrap up the Formula Trout Season 4 Championship with one race to go. That one race is coming up very shortly. New driver Leon de Groot is going to be on pole position for this next race, as it is a top 10 partially reversed grid, alongside Douglas Falcon, Martin van Land, Tim Onlu, Clank Hughes will round up the remainder of the top 5, and then it will be Sami Salem, Max Younger, Artie Nieminen, and then Max Hemmelink and Oscar Williams are going to have to come through from the 9th and 10th positions on the grid. Williams and Nieminen have nothing to lose now. They can't change their championship positions. This all, of course, being unofficial. But, yeah, here we go. Right, looks so we're about to start the second race. The grid order hasn't yet changed, but that is because we are in the countdown phase. Leave in the comments, who do you think is going to take the victory here in race 2? Honestly, I think any of these top 10 could do it. I'm going to say Maximilian Younger. I think he was very impressive in race 1, and now that he doesn't have to help out Oscar Williams anymore, I think he's going to really go for it. And he'll have to battle with Salem, of course, much like he did in race 1. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good race for Max Younger. So here we go: De Groot, Falcon, Van Land, Onlu, Hughes, Salem, Younger, Nieminen, Hemmelink. I'm not sure why I keep saying Hemmelink, as in with an E. It's Hammerlink, obviously. Williams is 10th, and then it's going to be Southwood, Wagenvoort, Stoyan, Draper, Skermanis, Bull, Amide, Kinnable, Jaeger, Hogendorp, Klink, and Greenhill. Looks as if all 22 drivers have made it back for the second of our 2 races. That's good to see. And Leon de Groot. I'm not sure if he's raced with Formula Track at all before. I know that he's brand new to this particular season, but I'm not sure if he's done any maybe previous seasons of Formula Trout or any different leagues or whatever. If someone wants to let me know, that would be appreciated. But anyway, he's going to be starting from pole here alongside Douglas Falcon. Let's see how he does as the red lights are about to go out, and we're going to be racing for the second time at the Nurburgring and the last time in this season. Here we go, down towards turn 1. And it is a good start for Groot. There we go. So De Groot leads towards the first corner. Douglas Falcon will be second, but he's got Onlu to worry about. Van Land up the inside. Nieminen appears to have made a good start as well. Oh, and De Groot. Oh, and someone stopped that, but looks like De Groot didn't get a good exit to the corner. It was Clank Hughes who stopped, so a shame for him. But Douglas Falcon leads the race out of turn 1. So Hughes stopped. Who else was off? Navo, Klink, and James Greenhill have got poor starts, I'm afraid to say. But yeah, looks as if Hughes maybe got the worst of that. So Falcon and De Groot leading us around. Tim Onlu now up to 3rd. He's fighting with Van Land. Van Land's still there. He's going to have the inside for the Dunlop hairpin. There is a slight kink heading up to it where Onlu will get an advantage, but Van Land definitely has the line into there. Oh, contact! Salem, Onlu goes around, contact with, Younger, and into the back of him goes Jaap Wagenvoort. Off the road goes Stoyan, and someone else is off with him. Oh my goodness, and someone else took complete avoiding action as he tried to rejoin the road. Karen Balaj there at the hairpin. And it appeared that was all started by Onlu and Salem making contact. Onlu getting off the worst of that, and then everyone else scattering to avoid them, and some making heavy contact. Carnage on the first lap here, but Falcon still leads from De Groot. Younger actually got away only in 7th place. He did get a little hit in that, but wasn't too badly affected. Although Nieminen now ahead of him. Now, actually Hemmelink still ahead, or is now ahead of Nieminen, because of course he would have started behind him. Let's look at De Groot. He goes to the outside of turn 1. This is for the lead. Trying to take it back. Once again, not the best exit from turn 1, but not as bad as it was on lap 1. The outside line is pretty fast through here, but Ooh, that's tight. Here comes the inside for Falcon. And De Groot is still there. This is a great scrap. They're side by side. Van Land there as well. And De Groot, for now, has the place. There we go. Leon De Groot back through to the lead. You rarely see a driver take the lead back in race 2 due to the reverse grid nature. But yeah, he has got back through there. Now I think Hammerlink is in a really good position here because he, no disrespect to the 3 drivers ahead of him, but he was one of the fastest drivers in race 1, faster than these 3, and as a result, oh, and Van Land gets past Falcon. Good move from Van Land. He is through into 2nd position. But as I was saying, Hammerlink's main opposition was going to be Nieminen, but now that he's ahead of him, if he can get past all of these drivers quicker and hold Nieminen off, then... Oh, and 3 wide! He's going to the outside of Falcon, who himself was taking a look at Van Land, and that's going to put Hammerlink under pressure from Nieminen here. And they're slow on the exit. This is going to back them up. Falcon was not able to get back at Van Land, but Hammerlink is under heavy pressure from the Toto Rossos. Leon De Groot, fastest lap. My goodness, everyone fastest lap. Nieminen to the outside. This is important. This is very, very important. Ooh! And Hammerlink there. It looked as if he was going to get passed by another driver. Salem was coming through as well. And he's lost a place to Nieminen. Nieminen takes 4th. And that is one of the most important positions in this race at this point in time. But only if they start attacking the leaders and stop fighting with each other for the time being, because otherwise it's still going to be De Groot, Van Land and Falcon 1, 2, 3 by the end of this race. It's 8 for the lead pretty much at this point in time, except look at that, De Groot has now built up a lead of 1.6 seconds, so as Van Land and Falcon were going side by side through the final corner, they were sacrificing their runs and letting De Groot get ahead. Williams now ahead of Younger. Now that would have been relatively simple. Younger wouldn't have put up too much of a fight, since they are teammates of course. Up towards the NGK chicane for another time of asking. And now surely Nieminen and Hammerlink have got to focus on getting past these 3. Hammerlink though won't want to allow Nieminen to get through too quickly, because otherwise Nieminen surely will just start extending his advantage and there will be no catching him in this race. Williams fastest lap now. And to the outside goes Nieminen. And around the outside of Douglas Falcon. Good move, and he keeps it within the lines. He'll have the inside line. Falcon allowing his car to run wider. And Nieminen has it. Hammerlink not quite able to follow him through. Has to go for a switchback on the exit of turn 4. Down towards... Well, Salem and Williams side by side now. Salem and Williams. And Williams through to 6th. Williams through to 6th. Now, I'm not sure whether the Constructors, or Teams Championship, sorry, has been wrapped up yet. If it has been, it would have been by Scuderia Toto Rosso. And if not, look at Younger, look at that! Wow! Now he'll have the inside line for the Schumacher S's. And that was an expert move. He started that off by going around the outside of Dunlop. That's a rare one. Really, really special from Younger. But yeah, if the championship has not been wrapped up, as far as the team's title is concerned, then this could be a very important race here. All 3 of those Vermin Racing drivers, and look at Hammerlink now around the outside of Falcon. And he gets past him on the same lap that Nieminen did. That's crucial. Falcon coming back at him. Hammerlink had to go defensive there. And Williams following him through. Williams around the outside of the final turn. They're side by side, but Williams has the slipstream. Hammerlink's making sure of that. Falcon fast in a straight line. Into turn 1. And Nieminen has now got Van Land. Nieminen has got Van Land. He's up to second on the exit. And Williams, does he make it stick on Falcon? Yes, he does. Williams makes it stick. Up to the top 3. Nieminen has a 2-second gap to gain on De Groot. Can he do so? I think he probably can, but it's difficult. Rumpel902 says, I had to go and miss the last few minutes of the first race. Is the championship decided? Yes, it is, I'm afraid. Oscar Williams wrapped it up in the first race with a fantastic victory. As far as the constructor or team, I keep saying constructors, it's listed as constructors, but if it was truly a constructors championship, Delara would win it easily. But as far as the team's championship is concerned, I don't think so. I think they were 3rd and 5th, meaning that if they're 3rd and 5th again, Toro Rosso would lose out. But if they're better than that, which it currently looks as if they might well be, then it's still... Actually, I don't know, because, Nieminen may be 2nd, but the next best Toro Rosso car is Sami Salem down in 10th place now, so Salem not having a great time. Let me focus my attention on working out the team's championship as it goes along. I think that's the most important thing at this point in the race. Okay, apparently currently it would be Toro Rosso who would wrap it up by just 10 points. Then again, the Vermin Racing car is still on the charge and will likely make up more positions before the end of the race. Omlu and Salem. Oh, Wagenvoort's in trouble, is he? Just lost 3 places to Omlu, Salem, and Hughes. Didn't see quite what happened there. Is that Salem going for Omlu? He took a look. Nieminen has now caught up to the race leader. De Groot versus Nieminen. Nieminen can't, of course, win the Drivers' Championship, but this is important for this one race in particular. Up through the Michael Schumacher S's, and a great run. Nieminen to the outside. This is a difficult place to pull a move. Oh, but look at that. That's beautiful. Artie Nieminen, full control. Hammerlink's up to 3rd now as well. But Artie Nieminen takes the lead of this race away from De Groot. Now can Hammerlink help Williams follow through? Well, Van Land's coming back at Hammerlink here. And loses out, has a big twitch. Williams is going to get through here. But will he do it at the final corner? Yes, he will. There we go. So Williams through to 4th. Now let's update the order yet again. So Salem's 9th, and then we've got 3rd and 5th. Thank you to whoever's running the Formula Trout account on Excel right now, who's updating the championship standings as it's happening. Because that is really helping me to follow this live. But indeed, it is Toro Rosso now leading by 13 points as a result of Nieminen leading this race. Hammerlink and Williams have to get a move on here. De Groot is in their way, and even if they did pass De Groot, I think it would all come down to where Salem finishes potentially. Let's see. Down towards the Dunlop S, or not Dunlop S, the Dunlop hairpin. There used to be a Dunlop S on this circuit. That was the first 2 corners back before they added the arena section. Used to be a slightly shorter track, and And the Dunlop S actually still used for the 24 hours of the Nurburgring, but now of course it's known as the Yokohama S. Hammerlink to the outside, not quite able to Nieminen. De Groot put his car in the way. Nieminen instead. Oh! And that's a lag spike. My apologies. Well, there we go. We're back to live. And Hammerlink once again is side by side with De Groot. Yeah, Nieminen has built out a 2-second lead, and it's going to be more after this. Oh, great move from Hammerlink. Put his car right where he needed it to be, but he's got a big twitch on the exit, and De Groot going back through, and it looks as if Hammerlink may have given that to him there. Maybe thought that he'd gone over the line. Maybe he did. Ah, my apologies. Right. Back to the race. Nieminen leading by 3.8 seconds, set the fastest lap by a long way that last time around. Williams is now up to third. And this is going excellently well. Williams around the outside. Look at this. Ah, and that's a beautiful one. And De Groot can't hold off Hammerlink either. There we go. So, through into second and third. Go the 2-point scoring Vermin racing cars. Let's update that quickly on the Formula Trout page. Yes, so now it's only 9 points between Toto Rosso and Vermin in real time. So if they were to lose out, it would have to be that... How many points are... Okay, so 10th place is worth 6 points. And as a result, they can't let Nieminen win here. If Nieminen wins, then Toto Rosso win the team's championship. So Nieminen may have lost the Drivers' Championship, but it's certainly not over as far as the teams go. He's very much helping them out here. And with a 4-second lead, he just needs to make sure he doesn't lose that, no matter what Salem does here. And look at that lap time. He's under the 150s consistently. And Williams and Hammerlink have nothing to say about that. Here's Van Land and De Groot. So Van Land is now up to 4th place. Van Land doing well. And Falcon and Omlu side by side. Omlu will be shown the outside for the next turn. Ooh. And that's... Ooh, and they touch! Little twitch from Falcon, but gets away with it. But yeah, they definitely touched there. And it's glitching out again. Captain Chaos says De Groot doing pretty great, to be honest. And yes, indeed he is. And that's going to be the last Twitch comment I read for today, because I think it may be Twitch that's causing my camera to, well, twitch. Or maybe not. Okay, let me see what I can do about this. Once again, my apologies. There's not really anything I can do about the things that you're seeing right now. My CPU does not really like Assetto Corsa that much, but anyway. So, if Oscar was to overtake Artie right now and nothing else changed, Vermin would win the team's championship, according to Jack Smith. And that may be true, but the trouble is, look at that, Tim Omlu once again side by side with Falcon, and he's going to have to back off, and Hughes is going to get both of them. No, he's not. There's contact and a big incident. Omlu into the barriers, and that's a shame, because I think he was trying to give the place back there. I think he was trying to give it back to Falcon, and as Hughes saw his opportunity and tried to make it 3 wide on the exit, they all came together, and Omlu is out. Oh no. Big shame, and that's got to be gutting for Tim there. He was doing a really good job today. He was impressive the whole way through. Younger now fighting with Salem. Oh, and contact between the two of them as well. Come on, guys, keep it clean. Younger on the inside. Salem gets the run over the curb. He loses ahead and keeps the place. So Salem 9th now. Younger down to 10th. Younger not... Oh, and that's Wagenvort. Yep, Wagenvort going for a spin. Over the grass. Stopped by the runoff area, but he's going to drop out of the top 10. Come on, avoid Southwood. There we go. So Southwood through to 10th place now. That's a mistake for Wagenvort that cost him 3 places. Falcon now ahead of... oh, and an incident for De Groot. De Groot's had a slide or something, because he's now down to 9th place. So Falcon back through into the top 5. Clank Hughes on the back of him. Younger is 8th. And Clink and Kinnable have come together at turn 1. This race, I'm afraid, a lot less clean than the first one, but anyway. Here's Falcon and Hughes. 5th and 6th. And on to the final lap of the race. Williams sets his personal best, but surely it's too little too late. If he was to pass RT, Vermin would win the team championship, but that's a big if. Actually, I'm not sure they would now with Salem through to 7th, but even so, 3.4 seconds is surely too much to gain for Matthew Williams. 19 cars still remaining, so a couple more must have DNF while we weren't looking. Tim Omlu is out, and it's not showing us who the 22nd driver is. Oh, someone running off at the background there. Anyway. And on the last lap, we still have a fight here for 5th place. Hughes up the inside of Falcon. And is shown the outside. The dirtier line runs 2 wheels over the grass. And now Salem and Younger getting involved. The animals went in 2 by 2. And out of it, Hughes is going to nose ahead, I think. Up through the Schumacher S's. That's not a place where you want to go side by side with someone. Goodness me, they're almost 3 wide now. Younger trying to follow him through. But we have to take a look at RT Numinant, because he is about to win race 2 here and give Scuderia Toto Rosso the team's championship. So Numinant lost one and won the other. RT Numinant did all that he could, and there we go, that's a victory in race 2. Well done to RT. Williams 2nd, Hammerlink 3rd, so Vermin also did all that they could. Van Land is about to lap a driver across the line, and here comes that scrap. It's going to be Hughes 5th, followed by Falcon, Younger and Salem. De Groot P9. Good race from him despite the slide. Wagenvort P10, gaining a place back from Southwood. So well done to Wagenvort. Southwood 11th. Skermanis is going to just hold off Stoyan for 12th. And then it's Amidei, and Draper appears to have retired on the last lap of the race. So I believe it's going to be Bull who claims the final point. Shame for Draper. There we go, Amidei 14th. Now let's watch David Bull, who moves up to 15th. So it appears that Draper retired at the chicane. Maybe he ran out of fuel or something. It was the last lap. And David Bull claims the last point of the season. So that was the lot then, as we see Snowdieger and Rob Kinnable finishing 16th and 17th it'll be. And a wonderful championship, very, very enjoyable. I'm going to join the Discord call quickly, just to see if anyone is going to drop in for an interview. Hopefully we get to talk with our drivers champion Oscar Williams and our team's champion, some of the Toto Rosso members. But yeah, this has been really, really enjoyable. I may have come in around late to it was Imola when I joined, but even so, I really feel that I've got the feel for this championship and this league as a whole, and I've really, really enjoyed it, the whole thing. And I hope to continue with Formula Track for many seasons to come. The things that have really impressed me about it this season are, first of all, the quality of the drivers at the front of the order, Newman and Williams. They just always seem so smooth, and as Kinnable does donuts. But yeah, they always just seem so smooth and inch perfect at the front of the field. Also the size of the fields as well, over 20 drivers at some rounds, and never fewer than 15. Great to see, 2 cars make a race, 15 makes an event. And aside from that, just the pure excitement of the races. There have been so many highlights of the year. Clank Hughes winning at Okayama by the skin of his teeth. Williams, of course, that double victory at Paul Ricard, going around the outside of his opponents at the same corner in both races. The chaos and drama of Monaco, and of course all of the races in between. It has been a wonderful, wonderful championship, but it's all over. Now we do have our first interviewee here, who is Maximilian Younger. Hello, Max. Do you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fantastic. So, you may not have quite been able to help your team to the team's championship, but still a competitive day for you. 4th in race 1, 7th in race 2. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's not too pleasant. Race 1 was good. I think I did well there. R2 was just faster. I couldn't keep him behind. He's just super fast. And quali was nice as well. Getting third, getting that 1, 2, 3. That was nice for the team to see that. And race 2, that didn't go so well. I was doing well, I think, until that second half, at which point I was battling with Sammy and just got punted off. I managed to overtake him, and then after that into the chicane, just hit me on the brakes. Yeah, what can you do?
Were you involved in the incident at the Dunlop chicane on the first or second lap? I thought I saw you were in the mix.
Yeah. I got lucky there because I just went through a gap.
Nice.
It was tiny, but I went through, and I did lose some positions because the Totorosso cars went through on the inside, R2 and Sammy, but it wasn't, it could have been much worse. I could have got spun out or something. So all in all, I don't know what happened there. I don't I can't even compute how that worked. It was very, all of a sudden you just see a pile up and you don't know how to react. I pushed Oscar off, I think, because he was on the left and I had nowhere to go. I just had to avoid the car. Yeah, it was either avoiding the car or.
It was quite a first lap. Anyway, in terms of the championship as a whole, did it live up to your expectations? And how do you feel about your performance this season?
The whole season, the championship itself, I think it was great. It was nice to see such a close battle between us and Totorosso. It was also nice, the drivers, it was insane. I think those two guys fighting, Oscar and R2. But in terms of my performance, it wasn't so good. I think I missed a lot of races, and these race 2s, I seem to be a target for incidents, or sometimes causing them myself, sometimes getting punted. But such is racing. Yeah, race 2, always the reverse grid is always going to be a little bit hectic. So.
Well, congratulations for your double top 10 today, and thanks for joining us for the interview.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else is there, but
yeah, can you
my teammates.
Yeah, can you ask Oscar to join us? It would be great to hear from the champion.
Okay. Sure.
Jolly good. Thanks, Max. Okay, see you later. So that was Maximilian Younger. Good day for Vermin, but they would have wanted more. They would have wanted to come away with the championship. We do have Oscar. Jolly good. Hello, Oscar.
How are we doing, Caitlin?
I'm doing fantastic, but probably not as good as you. Champion. Well done.
Thanks. Thanks very much. It was kind of a boring race one, I'll be honest. Kind of anticlimactic, wasn't it? Because we managed to get 3 of us ahead of R2, and then there's not a lot he could do. But race 2, I saw R2 spin, and I was like, oh, okay. And then...
Did he spin?
I had an incident as well. Yeah, well, I think he went off on lap 1. He definitely had contact with someone. Or was it maybe not him, actually? It might have been...
No, it was Sammy Salem. It was Salem, sorry.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was R2. Anyway, and I thought, I'm quitting here. But then I had a little incident, I think, with Sammy as well, again. Which put me back down the field. But that was a fun race too, as well, to be fair.
Well, you'd already wrapped up the championship after race 1. Did you know you'd wrapped it up, or did you think it was still open into race 2?
No, I didn't know, really. I knew that we needed a... I didn't want to know, to be honest. I just wanted to race.
I like that attitude, yeah.
See what happened at the end.
Were there team...
I know that we were almost... Yeah, we almost did the team, didn't we? We didn't quite make it, did we?
Not quite, sorry, not quite. Were there team tactics in play? Where your... Because you got the 1, 2, 3 in qualifying, which is really impressive. Did you say to your teammates that... Or did you discuss with them about, holding R2 up or whatever?
We didn't discuss anything. We just... in fact, Maxi gave me a tow in quali, which was purely by chance, because we were next to each other on the the track. It wasn't my final... It wasn't my actual quali lap, but then... I got traffic, so I slowed down and gave Maxi a tow, and I think he out-qualified R2 by like 100th or something. So that tow...
He did. It worked very well.
Yeah, but no, we don't. We just kind of race, but there's no one telling Max, for example, you have to let Oscar through, but he's just gonna do it because, he's teammate, all that stuff. Yeah,
that's very good, and it worked out well. You may not have quite been able to get the team's championship in the end, but congrats for your drivers championship. In terms of the drop score system, I know it's given you the championship this time, but do you think that it's something that should be in place, or does that need to be reviewed?
I think it's been in Trout forever, and initially I thought, okay, it's a good idea. In hindsight, after we've seen this season play out, it's not great. But we've never had a season before where it's just 1v1, basically. It's me against R2 the entire season. Yeah. No one's missed a race. I think in a championship where there's 4 or 5 or 6 people battling for it, and people, miss races, then it's a good, like an equalizer for someone who, say, got to babysit on the weekend once every, 6 months or something. But when we can both make the races and it's 1v1, it's kind of, in hindsight, I would be annoyed if I was R2.
Yeah, I appreciate the honesty, and you raised some good points there. Honestly, I feel like either of you deserved the championship today, and it would be... It's cruel that we don't have, 2 gold medals that we can split between you or whatever. But yeah, fantastic job from you, Oscar, and you deserved that. So congrats.
Thanks. I mean, R2 did just as good a job. If we could share it, I would. But it's all mine, baby. It's all mine.
It's all yours.
It's a great championship, though. I really enjoyed it.
What a battle. Anyway, thank you for speaking to us, Oscar, and go and celebrate.
Thanks, Caitlin. Thanks for commentating all season. Appreciate it.
No problem, I enjoyed it very, very much. So that's the lot then. That's the end of Formula Trout for this series. I'm not entirely sure when the next Formula Trout event is going to be, but whenever it is, I will be sure to look forward to it because this is fantastic. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your support this season. Formula Trout's been a very supportive league for me, and as a new commentator, I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. So from me, it's good night.